Comfy.
Here we go. Okay. Here we go. You cannot have conversations when we're about to do a show.
It's about Caroline's Duck Comfy.
Okay, you can't do that.
Okay, I'll be good.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Welcome to our show today, everybody. You can see the beauty behind Suzanne.
Uh-huh.
It's real. This is not a painting. It's really there.
Uh-huh.
Okay? You can see Suzanne herself, my beautiful life partner. And now it's time for the Suzanne Summers Show. And here she is.
Whoa. Hey, Caroline.
Okay.
You know, Alan, this is how it all started. The phone rang one day 54 years ago. Was it 55 or was it 54? We'll never agree on that.
55.
Okay. And you said what?
Hello there.
Oh, God. When I heard his voice, he's got this radio voice, and because he was on the radio for years in Canada, I just went, oh, God. Hi. And he would call me every night. We'd have these long, thank God they didn't have, what do you call it? FaceTime. Video. Because, oh, my God, I would have been a bad girl. It was so great. It was so great. Hi, Michael. Thanks. Oh, Michael's bringing me water.
Okay. Okay,
Nothing like water in a Baccarat glass.
You know who this is. Okay. Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, Michael. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Oh, his voice.
Okay.
His voice,
Okay.
his voice was just like he had me with hello, and then when he said there, it was over.
Wow.
I know. You know that. You know
Wow.
that.
Well, you've told me that.
What a date our first date was. Wow. Wow. I'll never forget it.
Me neither.
Wow.
Poets write about that.
Yeah. It's that moment.
I don't
that
know which
poets
poet.
write
I
about.
knew a poet. I knew an Irish poet really well. His name was Brendan Behan.
Was he a priest who was
No, he was a poet.
okay?
And he was a well thought of, very famous
I
poet.
actually think I've heard of him.
And he spent a lot of time in Toronto,
Mm-hmm.
and we became friends. And he was a major drinker. How did that happen?
What's his last name?
Behan, Brendan Behan.
Irish guy. Yeah. There you
He
go.
was Irish.
Yeah.
He was from Ireland.
Yeah.
And he would, one day I said to him, you know, you're so famous that one day a signed napkin with your name on it is going to be very valuable. So he signed a napkin, okay? Somewhere I have that napkin.
Yeah.
And then he
Good
passed,
luck.
I think he passed away.
It happens. Gosh, so many people this week. Oh my gosh. Betty White, Bob Saget, Sidney Poitier, Marilyn Bergman. Was there anybody else? I mean, it's just like comes in waves. And these are people I miss. I was thinking today about people who have passed. Isn't this uplifting? But I will miss Merv Griffin till the day I die. Oh my God, I loved Merv Griffin. I would plan a dinner party around Merv Griffin. I'd find out first when he was available, and then I'd invite. When you said Merv's coming, everybody said, "Oh yeah, I'll be there." And he was so great. Merv Griffin, I will always miss. And there were two other people I was thinking of today that I'll always miss, and I can't remember their name.
I guess you're not missing them that much. Yeah.
Steve Lawrence.
He's still here.
Oh, he is?
Oh yeah. It's
it was
his.
his wife who passed.
No,
right?
his wife Edie died about maybe 10 years ago, but his assistant.
Sorry, Steve.
Yeah, his assistant, Steve has Alzheimer's, which has been made public, and it's the most tragic thing. He is the nicest man in show
Yeah,
business,
yeah,
the nicest man,
yeah.
with the most beautiful voice. And one night, was it the last time we saw him? I had a little dinner party, and it was Steve and Kelly and a couple of other people, and I put on for Steve on my Sonos. I put on the Steve Lawrence channel, and all of a sudden the song "I Gotta Be Me" comes on, And I looked at Steve and I thought, oh, I wish he would sing. I said that to his assistant, Judy. I wish he would sing it. She said, ask him. So I asked him, and his eyes kind of rolled back into his head, and he went into full performance of I've Gotta Be Me, as if he was on stage in Vegas. And the last notes, I gotta be me, that big, big, big ending, he did sitting at the dinner table. And when it was over, we all just sat there with our mouths wide open like, what we just heard. What a privilege. What an incredible experience. So I think that was the last time I saw Steve.
And that was the last time he ever sang.
And that was the last time he ever sang. And man, what a gift. What an incredible gift. So I hope he's well. He's such a nice, his soul is pure. He's a good guy. Well, it's a supplement show, and I love talking about supplements, and I take so many every day I gag. But you know what? I'm 75, I'm old, but chronologically, but I'm not old. You know that. And so it works. It really does work. You know, life is what you put into it. And if you don't put anything into it, that's what you get. If you put into it, it says, okay, all right, I'll give you a break. I truly believe, this is me speaking, this whole thing I've been through the last 2 years with breaking the whole right side of my body, which was a humbling experience, really humbling, because you never think that's going to happen to you, do you? Ever. And wow, not being able to walk and fighting my way back and learning to walk. There was somebody over yesterday fixing our stupid TV system here. Don't ever get, I can't even say it because I'll get sued, but this interim house has a stupid TV system. He was over, but he was a doctor, but he had some terrible thing happen to his eye. He's an eye surgeon, and
It's not his fault.
No, it was certainly not his fault.
It's not his fault.
Using his great brain, he switched to fixing my computer, and he's the guy you call when you want to have these things fixed in your house: the TV, the Sonos, the computer, setting up my computer. He's invaluable to me. I'm frankly happier that he's not a doctor anymore. And what?
What we were segueing to, and it got trailed off where you're TV watching. Suzanne does take a ton of supplements, and a lot of your viewers get overwhelmed by how many you take. So tonight we're doing a supplement essentials show. So maybe you're someone who doesn't have a supplement program because you don't know where to start. Suzanne's going to give you like 5 easy supplements that would be a great way to get started on supplements. So that's what's happening today. It's 25% off supplements. The promo code is MOOD25, and you also get a free Mood Renew, which is a supplement, with any purchase.
And tell them what Mood Renew is. Can you get me my glasses, Alan?
Is a probiotic that helps support your neurotransmitters, because as Suzanne has taught us, when your gut is screwed up, your neurotransmitters can also stop functioning at optimum, which means maybe you're feeling a little sad, maybe you're feeling a little stressed, and getting your moods nice and even means you have to have healthy neurotransmitter production. So this is another supplement that helps even out those moods because it's helping to support healthy neurotransmitters.
And you know, I've been gravitating towards Mood Renew because I know you don't think that I ever have blue days, but I've had some blue days over the holiday season. I don't know if it goes back to my childhood. We had terrible Christmases when I was a child. My father, who I've written about many times, who I've totally forgiven, who I love, and I'm glad he's my father. Everything I am is because of him, because I had to get out from under that. But he would do things like knock over the Christmas tree and kick all the presents all over the living room, to things that really like. So when Christmas comes, I do a low-key Christmas because I think I don't like to be reminded of Christmas, and that means I have an appointment with my therapist on Saturday, and I do this every year. I call her up because I have to get through this, like, help me get over this thing. But what happens to us as children stays with us forever and ever, right? Aren't you like that? Or answer me if you're if you're watching. It's like that stuff stays with you. But anyway, Alan and I had the greatest Christmas, and it was simple, and I made roast duck, and we had caviar, and we had chocolate souffles. That's kind of a nice Christmas. So I do it my way. I told my kids years ago, I do a huge Thanksgiving. You all do your own Christmas. Have your kids run down their stairs to their Christmas tree and all that. And so it's worked out really well. Anyway.
So Sarah Deason said,
Yeah.
Suzanne, I am a future fashion icon, and I am taking tips from you because you are a fashion girl boss.
Oh.
Isn't that nice?
You know,
Thank you, Sarah.
I have a lot.
Sarah and her whole family, Suzanne, are just, they're these young girls. They are mega Suzanne fans. And we reposted them on your stories. They did a whole parody wearing the gold sequin aprons and the Thigh Master. And,
Oh, wow.
Like, they are huge fans of
Wow.
yours. They're
Oh,
very
thank
funny.
you,
They watch
Sarah.
every show. They're so cute.
I think about it all the time. I have a lot of clothes from a lot of years. And by the way, be on the lookout. I'm going to be selling some of my couture clothes, so I'll let you know when I do that. I have to get off my lazy butt and photograph myself in them and that. But anyway,
But also, something else that's coming up.
yeah. And I'm going to give them the money to charity.
And we've been working on
I'm
this.
having a chocolate banana smoothie.
We've been working on this for a long time. We have found a way to answer what a lot of our people have asked us to do, and that is to find a way for them to get to the right kind of doctor.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah.
Okay, Caroline, do you want to finish this off?
Whoa, yeah.
Yes, and remind me, Alan, I need one small piece of voiceover from Suzanne to finish it up. So when we're done, let's just record that. So
Can I just say something right now before you start? I'm having the most delicious gut renew smoothie with the stupidest straw in the history of straws. These politically correct straws that aren't plastic, they don't work. You know what? I keep sucking.
You're going to get a
Just get a
hernia.
metal straw. Get a metal straw.
There you go.
Yeah, but
Metal
you know,
straw.
metal,
Silicone,
you know, but
they work much better. The paper
This.
is horrible.
This
metal
is horrible.
changes.
This makes
you know,
me mad.
you know,
this
metal-
puts me in a bad mood.
Yeah, metal, I think, kind of changes the experience. Certainly, maybe
Ugh.
even
You
the
know what?
taste. Oh,
The silicone's
careful! It's
not
going to
bad.
careful. There you go. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, what we're working on with Suzanne, which is something that we're super excited about, you're going to be able to have telemedicine appointments with the kinds of doctors that Suzanne's been talking about forever.
great.
So rather than having to find one in a city near you, you can do your appointments by phone. You'll be able to do your lab work so that the doctor will be able to look at your lab results and prescribe for you exactly what you
So
need.
great.
And it's compared to what people are getting out on the open market, it is quite affordable. Doesn't mean it will be affordable for everyone, but I mean, certainly compared to what I pay, it's very affordable.
You know, the great.
So we're excited to bring that to you.
I always
very
say,
soon.
you have to find the positive in every negative, and I believe I have in my life. I've embraced all the things that have happened to me as, but what did you learn from it? And in this pandemic, what I learned is you can go to the doctor on Zoom. I'm doing all my doctor's appointments on telemedicine, and it's so great. And that's what you'll be able to do this. It's so incredible. So I want to read to you, because the first thing you want to know about supplements is multivitamin, because that covers everything. Need my glasses for this, but this is my
By the way, I
Sexy
should
librarian.
mention that cape you're wearing.
yeah.
That I bought that for Suzanne. It's solid gold. I paid $850,000 for it, and it looks nice, doesn't it? Really nice.
This is Alan lying.
And one day
he lies all the time. He lies.
We're gonna melt it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lies, but anyway, I love his lies. Okay, here's what's in the multivitamin. I'm not going to go the milligrams, okay? Vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitamin E, thiamine, which is vitamin B1, riboflavin, which is B2, niacin as niacinamide, B6, folate, vitamin B12, this is all in one pill, biotin, which is great for your hair and nails, pantothenic acid as D-calcium, bones, iodine, you need iodine, oh my God. I wish I had taken more iodine. I wouldn't have gotten breast cancer. Maybe not. Maybe I would have. Magnesium, everybody is low in magnesium. Zinc, we need zinc. Selenium, manganese, chromium, molybdenum, lipoic acid, alpha lipoic acid, ALC, natural mixed tocopherols, bioquercetin, marigold extract, which is a flower, apigenin, boron, and lycopene. That's all. That's all in this. You take one a day. That's pretty cool. All right. Now I didn't.
I think it's 4. Is the 4?
What?
I think it's more than one a day. I think it's 4 a day.
Let me read. Let me see. I'm looking at the thing. Alan's in the bathroom choking. 2 tablets. 2 tablets.
2 a day.
2 a day, which is not bad. It's not gaggy. Are you okay, Al? I heard you choking.
Oh, just a little choke.
Oh, a little choke. All right.
So the multivitamin, you guys, is a great way to just get your bases covered. And Suzanne's is loaded. If you are comparing this to drugstore multivitamins, you're going to see the percent daily values of each of those nutrients are much higher on Suzanne's multivitamin. So we hope you can jump in on it. It is a great way to just sort of cover the basic vitamins and minerals. And then she has additional products that help more with specifics.
So there's the multivitamin. There's the Mood Renew, which you get for free, okay? Then we have our new...
P.S. The Mood Renew is coming up on the expiration date, so that's why we're doing a discount plus a free gift.
Yeah.
I think it expires at the end of March, so we wanted to get that to you guys so you can try it out.
And when you're in a bad mood, when you feel shitty about yourself, when just everything like bugs you, try Mood Renew. Honestly, over the Christmas holidays, I just love my Mood Renew and kind of got me through. And then I thought, actually, I'm so lucky. I'm so loved. I have such a great family. And
But you
start
know-
focusing on everything that's good. How are you doing, Al?
You know what?
What'd you choke?
You know what?
What?
Sometimes when I'm in a bad mood,
Yeah.
and it's very rare,
Rare.
Very
so
rare.
rare.
Okay.
You know, one of the things I said to you when we
then
woke
you
up
say
this
then
morning?
you
Yeah.
say to me, "What's wrong?"
Yeah.
And usually I'll say nothing, okay? Because if maybe I don't know what's wrong, I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah.
And then you imply that I'm going to put you in a bad mood.
I do?
Which means I better get out of my bad mood.
Probably.
Because you're going to be in a bad mood because
Probably.
I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah, but
Doesn't
it's
that
so
sound
rare.
like a Chrissy Snow?
It's so rare though.
Alan has a once a month, like a cycle, once a month bad mood.
His period.
I know what
Yeah.
the bad mood is.
Yeah.
It's check signing day.
It is. That's
No.
the day. No, that's the day you get in a bad mood.
I
But I
sign
always say
checks-
you should
hold
be
it, hold
glad
it,
that you
hold
can
it.
pay them.
No, I sign checks every 3 days. It's not just once a month.
Yeah, but you used to do all of them in one day. That big envelope would come in from Silka, and you would sign them all, and you just like
And you would exhale a lot.
and he exhale. You're right. You've really gotten to know him. And then, what's this from? And he'd say from Intermix. Well, what's this? What'd you buy it?
No, just a moment. First of all, if I don't do it that way, okay?
No, you
I did-
used to
I
until.
did some. No. You
Remember
just
at the kitchen table in the other
you
house?
heard it that way because I was questioning your purchases.
Yeah.
Okay.
And why
So-
should you?
So,
I work.
but that has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with it.
Just make sure it's not fraud.
I just wanted to
making
make sure
it
that
was a
someone
real
wasn't
purchase.
buying stuff
See,
with your
Caroline's
credit
backing
card.
you up here.
Pardon me?
Caroline's backing you up. Well, I heard not what Caroline just said, which is correct.
you know
I
what?
heard, what's this? And
No,
my back would get up because I think,
No.
so what? I bought whatever I bought. So
And you have,
what?
a,
I
you have a
work.
nice back. Anyway, no, it didn't. No, that's not the way I said it. And the other day, I questioned you about some things, and I was really nice about it. I said, "There's something here from blah blah." I said, "Oh yeah, that's the I ordered for the okay." I just have to know, otherwise it could be. And about 3 times a year, we get charges on one of our cards from people we don't even know who are just charging our cards, okay? And either I pick it up or our accounting people pick it up. okay? But it's important because the world's filled with creeps now, and all they do is prey on wonderful people like us.
But also, life is about your tone. And when you're in therapy, they listen to your tone and they watch your body language. That's like, they learn more in person in therapy from your tone and your body language. Like the other night, we went to this restaurant down at the end of the hill here. We'd never been before, and we're meeting friends, and they made the reservation. So we show up, and the woman says, "Do you have your mask?" I said, "No, I don't." She said, "Here." Now already my back is up a little bit. She said, "Put it on." Put it on. Not like, "Would you mind?" And I said, "My table is right there." She said, "Put it on." So now my back is up, and I put it on. I hold it up to my face to get over to the table, which is 4 feet. And she said, "Behind this ear and behind that ear." You know what she did? You know what she did? She made me resolve to never go to that restaurant again. It's all about tone. Tone is everything. The way you say it.
But she wasn't an owner.
No, but if she had said to me, "It's my job, and they told me I have to ask, would you please, or would you mind if," I would have said, "Oh, no problem." It's all about tone, isn't it?
It's true, and Alan, we're not picking on you. It is stressful to be the finance guy, and like,
I'm okay.
I understand it,
Yeah.
and
I don't. You know
I
what?
would hate it.
you are so even-tempered, and it's not fun on the day when any of us have to do our bills. It's not fun. I
No.
mean, Bruce and I are the same way, and Bruce asks me for every receipt, and it's just not fun. But other than that, you are very even-tempered.
He
Thank
is.
you. I don't ask Suzanne for any receipts.
I said to him this morning,
We have a zero fail policy on receipts. Every single receipt. Bruce is fastidious.
Okay, Suzanne.
that goes back to his sock drawer, Caroline, when he was a little boy. Bruce's closet and his socks were so organized and so beautiful that when people would come over, which wasn't a lot, I would say, "Would you like to see Bruce's sock drawer?" And they'd go, "I don't know, okay." And all the whites were here and the
I
darks
know,
were here.
but you know what? You thought it was cute. It's a little weird. Because
No,
little boy,
because that is why he's successful today.
Little boys that age, all they do is they walk around and they run through the house holding their crotch.
No,
That's
he
what
didn't.
they do.
He didn't.
He never held his crotch?
I never saw him do that.
Little boys are...
Maybe you did it.
Maybe
you
little
didn't do it living in the boarding house with 17 people.
Little
You didn't run around holding your crotch.
No.
I never saw Bruce holding his crotch.
The people who... No, never mind.
Ever.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Did you live in a boarding house, Alan?
If you ask me that one more time, I'm going to go into the whole thing. I'm going to do it right now. Okay?
What? No.
Okay,
What did you just say, Caroline?
We got to move to the second.
Let's go to the second. Okay. Oh gosh. But haven't we had fun?
Okay.
All right. The next thing I'm going to show you is omega-3. Omega-3 is your essential fatty acids, meaning they're essential to life, but you don't make them in your own body. It's fish oil, but fish from from up in Alaska in the coldest waters, and I'm trying to remember what kind of fish they are, but they're
It doesn't. They squeeze the fish.
Pollock.
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 Pollock. It's a cold water pollock.
Cold water pollock. The best. Our fish oil. Do you see this here? This little blue insignia. Show them the little blue insignia, Alan.
Certainly.
It's called IFOS, International Fish Oil Standard. Do you know what this fish oil has? 5 stars. That's the highest you can get. International Fish Oil Standard. You can't get better than this.
There it is.
To my knowledge, you can't get better. And I take fish oil every single day. Your heart needs fish oil. Your circulation needs fish oil. Fish oil is so important.
But it's got to be the right fish oil.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
some fish oil that's a little funky. Okay.
Vitamin D3. This is 5,000 IUs.
Sorry, Suzanne, before you move on, that omega-3, you guys help support a healthy heart, help support your entire cardiovascular system. I know, my doctor personally put me on a little extra because my cholesterol was going up a bit. So you might talk to your doctor about that if that's something that's helpful to you.
And you know, I've been taking fish oil for so long, and my cholesterol is frankly perfect. Every time I have testing done, they go, wow, that and my A1C is perfect. Those are two big things. I'm not without sugar. Somebody sent me a little box of handmade chocolates over the holidays. Once I get it in me, I think about it. I'm only gonna have one.
Yeah, Dennis and Mull, if you're listening, it's your chocolates.
It's yours, and I'm not gonna have any more. But I see the box over there, and I get to the point every night where I go, maybe one more. They're so good. Anything made by hand with love, you know, is so great. Wow, those were great. Okay, so here's my admission. I looked up the website and I ordered another box for who?
You.
Someone, but I know the someone is us because it was so good. And I never eat candy, but this was handmade, and the guy who made the candies said, just eat one half at a time and let it rest upon the palate of your mouth and let it just like move around in there and then take the second bite. And I went, okay, all right. So out of my 2 chocolates, I had 4 bites. It was so good. So good.
By the way, you know what I discovered?
I'm not perfect.
You know what I discovered? That the same company makes them in suppositories.
Here's Alan lying. Alan lies all the time.
But wouldn't it be great? What a great way to get, you know.
Gosh, what a waste of great flavor. Vitamin D3. Right now, with all that's going on, you want to have vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 supports your 4 most important functions: your cardiovascular, your endocrine system, your brain, and your GI tract. This is so important. And with what's going on today, they say take vitamin C and vitamin D3 and zinc. But I just always take it. You have to have enough vitamin D3. It's really important.
And you guys don't forget, all the supplements today are 25% off.
Yeah.
SuzanneSummers.com.
Yeah.
The promo code is MOOD25, and you also get a free Mood Renew with any order.
Now here's something that's very important. I'm going to put my glasses on again so I look like that.
What's that secretary song?
An executive secretary's not a plaything.
I love
That's
that.
all I remember. That was from the Rich Little special. Okay. My bones, because I broke the whole right side of me this year, and it's all back, but every month when I go to the doctor, they check my calcium levels. And my calcium levels are back to almost normal because I take 4 of these a day. 4. If you're worried about your bones, take 4 of these a day. Vitamin D3, calcium, magnesium, zinc, manganese, silicon, boron. So in all our supplements, we could just give you the calcium, but we put all the other stuff in it. Now the other thing.
Yeah, hang on before you go on. Suzanne, she works from the science backward. So when you look at the science and her advisory board, they look at the science of what helps prevent osteoporosis, what helps support healthy bones, and the studies show, the clinical studies show a particular amount of calcium, and it's mixed with a particular amount of vitamin D and a particular amount of magnesium. That's exactly what is in Suzanne's Bone Renew, so that she's able to say, by the FTC is allowing her to make those claims that it helps support healthy bones, because it's reverse engineered from the clinical studies about what supports bone health.
And by the way,
she's absolutely right.
By the way, in terms of the fish oil, Vink Boys wants to know: do you burp the fish oil later? I don't.
No,
I don't think.
I've never had.
That's why it's such a good one.
Yeah, you don't taste fish and you don't burp fish. Try this. Honestly, this is so great. Now the other thing is vitamin K.
Vitamin K.
Let me read what's in this, because I think it's K1, K2, and K3. You're getting the whole Megillah. Okay. Yes, it is. Here's what's
K1 and 2 types of K2.
K1 and 2 types of K2. It's for the heart. Why? Because you don't want calcium to go into your arteries, like calcium deposits. You want it to go into your bones. K1, K2, and K2, the other kind of K2, is like a traffic cop. And what it does is it takes the calcium and go, whoa, 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 whoa. You go over here, you go into the bones, and I'll go into the arteries. That's why it's good for the heart. Really good for the heart. Really, every bit of the science and the research that I've been aware of in the last several years, they talk about the miracle of vitamin K2, K1 and K2 and K2. Wonder why we don't have K3. Well, I'll find out.
Again, this is based on the science of what helps make sure that calcium is routed toward building the bone.
Correct. Now, finally...
And Suzanne is 26 scientists and doctors who study this inside and out, and they help her develop these formulas. And you can find less expensive vitamins, but the purity and the potency and the quality and where they source the ingredients, they don't get any ingredients from China. Everything is bottled in the United States, but the ingredients come from the best sources in the globe.
America.
And she stands by all of it.
Okay, finally, of our assortment today is our fulvic mineral drops, black. We call it black water. So here's what you do every day. Oh, can you open that, Al? I have gloves on.
I'd rather watch you try to open it.
Yeah, but it won't happen. I can't. When you have gloves on, you can't even swipe up on your phone.
This is called Black Drops, and you guys are part of Suzanne Selects. You got this in your box this month.
Yeah.
But Black Drops are also available at SuzanneSummers.com, and Suzanne's going to tell you about
My dream has always been, what if we could take all these things? What if we each had our own personal recipe? We could take all the vitamins and supplements in a liquid form, and every day we drink a certain amount. Well, that has not happened. I've talked. I tell you, all the people I work with, I've talked to them about how can we make this liquid. But minerals, amino acids, so important. I always say in my latest book, A New Way to Age, aging is about worn out parts. We are depleted in hormones, nutrients, and minerals. The body can't operate without minerals. At one point, Alan was so mineral depleted that it was really kind of dangerous. So here we have it in liquid, so you don't have to take a bunch of pills. You can take your amino acids this way. You put in a glass of water. You don't have to have this much water, but even if you just want a few drops, put 12 drops. Let me get a little more.
You could put it in your smoothie.
And we do put it in our smoothie. Put it in the water. It's absolutely tasteless. And this will come to you. This is like a simple way to get your minerals. Like I said, the body can't operate without minerals. It doesn't taste. It's just water. And that's what we got. That's what today is.
And those, the Black Drops, Suzanne has talked to us about the importance of minerals. It helps with our nutritional uptake because we're not getting the same kind of minerals in the soil that we used to have.
Yeah.
So this is a way to make sure that you have your full spectrum of minerals. It helps with nutritional uptake. It's great for gut health, and you know how into gut health Suzanne is and how much she's taught all of us. It's also really good for hydration. So after you exercise or after you've been drinking, if you're someone who's prone to hangovers.
If you don't want to have a hangover.
Yeah, a lot of people use Black Drops, and it helps with hydration, which helps with the symptoms that you get from hangovers.
So you have to have a big.
By the way.
Yeah.
Let me find the name here. Yogini, QT Yogini. He said, the guy behind you is a bad golfer looking for his ball. No, he's not there anymore. He's not there.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
funny.
Oh, I forgot.
You know that in
Still
Canada,
Lida.
when I
That's
was
funny.
when I was living in Canada, I played golf and I was in my 20s and I was really terrible with it. But there were guys there that were like addicts about golf. They'd play in the wintertime and their balls were orange. I know there's a joke there.
Remember when I toured with Bob Hope all those seasons, and that was one of his jokes about pink balls, and he went to the the airport, and he said, "Can you send one of my suitcases to Wichita, one to Tucson, and one to San Francisco?" And they said, "Sir, we can't do that." He said, "Why? You did it the last time."
You know, he had a library of jokes.
He did.
And somebody else also had a library, but he literally had a huge filing system.
Yeah, when I was talking about Bob Saget the other day, was one of the truly funny guys, and that there aren't a lot of funny comedians left because they all have gone political, and political humor is not funny.
You know
it's just
who I
like,
really, really miss
who?
is George Carlin.
Oh, gosh,
George
was
Carlin,
he great. We were on the road with him.
I used to have him on my show, George Carlin. The thing is with George Carlin, he was a critical thinker.
Yeah.
All his stand-ups weren't just, people saying he didn't
Remember his riff on stuff?
On what?
On stuff?
On stuff, right. And the 7 words you're not allowed to say, which he said. But he's and there was a religious thing he did that I thought, really religious people would probably be offended by it. But if they had a great sense of humor, they would realize.
That's what comedy was.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you, most of the comics who are working today were inspired by George Carlin.
And I always was amazed that when George passed, that very little was made of his passing. And he was the guy that all comics said, George Carlin, right at the top. Anyway, rest in peace, George. Rest in peace, Don Rickles and Bob Saget.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I was going to say about all these supplements is that...
by the way,
yeah.
Another comic that used to get arrested all the time, this was in the 50s and 60s, that used to get arrested because the locals didn't like what he was saying and how he said it, because he was foul-mouthed, okay, but he was also a critical thinker. And his poetry found its way into his routine, but then he sort of icing on top of that by, making it sort of shock humor as well. That was Lenny Bruce.
Lenny Bruce, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're older than I am, so that he was more prevalent in your life.
Yeah.
That 10 years makes a difference with that. Anyway, when I talk about supplements, and Alan just was saying what they've done to the soil, it's really a tragedy what's happened to our soil, and that's the reason that I'm so keen on this humic fulvic, because when the leaves fall from the tree, which they do, they land on the ground, then they disintegrate and they create a fungus. And then that fungus creates this mineral-rich soil, and that's the kind of soil we used to grow our fruits and vegetables in. But our soil has been so destroyed by the chemical spraying of all our crops that the soil no longer has the minerals and nutrients it used to be, i.e. then the food we eat no longer has the minerals and the nutrients. That's why I stress organic food, organic food, organic food. I used to say it's more expensive, but actually it isn't anymore. It's about the same. And there's so many people who are just pro-organic. If you eat organic food, if you use organic skincare, if you use organic hair care, your brain's up here, remember. If you clean your house with organic cleaner, you are so far ahead of the game. There's no guarantees you won't get the big fist, but you're so far ahead. And I always have been saying for the last 2 years, I believe the reason that I've recovered with such, like my doctor said, you're nothing short of a miracle, is because I have taken care of myself. I've fed myself right, I've slept myself right, and I think right, meaning I don't harbor negatives. We all have people in our life who have harmed us. You have to let it go and forgive them, and not harbor ill will. Because if you harbor ill will, you're the victim. You're the one who suffers because of it. And I just wish them well and thank them for being in my life when they were, because it was fun when they were. But they're not anymore. And people come in your life and they leave in your life, and there's always a reason. So the reason I have a supplement line, and I almost gave up my whole career on the shopping channels because I couldn't get access to selling supplements in the way that I wanted to, because I so believe in it and I've written about it so much, is that if aging is about worn out parts, you have to put back what you've lost in the aging process. And how are you going to put back minerals and nutrients? And that's why this black fulvic mineral drops is so important. That's why all these things today, if you don't know where to start, we lined up today what will get you going. And you'll start feeling different. It's not tomorrow, not the next day, but maybe a month from now, maybe 2 months from now. People start going, oh, you know, I don't ache so much, or I'm not so tired, or I'm not so logy, or I'm not so out of gas. And then when you add to it Gut Renew, I did a beautiful, well, I didn't, this guy who interviewed me today just did a beautiful interview with me, and we talked about Gut Renew. And I said, I'm not trying to sell you Gut Renew, but why is it that everybody has gut problems? That's why I'm drinking a Gut Renew shake right now. And he said, you know, I need that too. And it, inevitably, when I talk to anybody, everybody says, you know, I'm kind of bloated, I'm kind of gassy, I'm kind of logy, I don't have the energy. We can get it all back. Don't settle for anything less. Just keep putting back what you've lost in the aging process until you start feeling like you used to feel again. And the thing that will do it for you the most is hormones. Hormones, bioidentical hormones, are such a game changer. Read my book, I'm Too Young for This, or any one of, I'm looking at my books over there, any one of them. I never write a book without talking about the value of hormones. We are, yeah?
If I can just jump in for a second. You guys, Suzanne has given us so much great information, and sometimes people get overwhelmed because there's so much to absorb, and she's deep into this, but the purpose of today's show is to just give you a place to start. She's giving you 5 supplements.
Yeah.
This is, you know, it's the new year. We're trying to help you, like, start out with a new healthy you. And maybe just starting with that multivitamin is going to be what gets you on the path to taking care of yourself a little bit more. Maybe it's going to be that omega-3 supplement, so important to help support a healthy heart. Or maybe it's the bone renew. You know, when you're down the road, I get direct messages from people all the time, and they'll say, can I take this for osteoporosis? And I'll say, I'm sorry, the supplements are not created to treat a disease. The supplements are created to help prevent getting those diseases.
Right. Head it off at the pass.
Yeah, and you have to, and you've got to take the vitamin K with it. So the vitamin D and the bone renew, take that with the vitamin K. Suzanne's, she's trying to make it easy for you, and it's 25% off today. Promo code is MOOD25. Pick one extra thing that you're going to do for yourself. And because I know a lot of you women, you take care of everyone else. You make sure your kids are covered. You make sure your grandkids are covered. What are you doing to take care of yourself? So listen to Suzanne today.
It's all about you. When you, I can't wait till we can announce where we can send you, because this is what you've been waiting for. You'll do your lab work, and then you will talk to a qualified doctor who understands bioidentical hormones, biologically identical to the human hormone, an exact replica of what you once made or still make a little of or make nothing of. When you put it back in the right ratio, which is individualized just for you, wow, you're going to experience a whole new life. Women who have never been on hormones think that this is the way it is. I'm aging and I'm gaining weight, and I just don't like the way I look, and my hair is stringing. I'm getting, accelerated aging with wrinkles and things like that. Imagine if you could roll back. That's what. The reason I tell you my age all the time is because I know I'm chronologically old, but I'm not old, and my husband is chronologically older than me. But he's not old. Put on your glasses and show them how cute you are, Al. He's so cool. He's a rascal for sure, but that's part of what I like about him. A lot of what I like about you. You're a rascal.
Okay.
Yeah, don't you think, Caroline?
You've done this to me.
He's a rascal.
He's a rascal, but he's smart.
I wouldn't be this way. Okay.
And he's got all his marbles. A lot of times at this age, you're starting to be forgetful. He's not. He remembers everything. No, you paid such and such for that, right? You remember every number in the world.
Yeah, the first number I remembered with you was 36, 24, 36.
See?
Okay?
Never forget.
Never forget. And that was 55 years ago. What a number.
I'd like the 24 back again. Yeah. Are you fixing my hair?
No, I just like rubbing it.
Oh, he fixes my hair. He pulls the hair out of the back of my collar and my dress. He like takes care of me. It's so
I
beautiful.
also use the flat iron every so often.
You did. I had you straighten the back of my. I still don't have full use of this arm, and so he takes the flat iron to the back of my hair and flattens it. He does a good job. Look how great it is. Yeah.
So in terms of
Yeah.
your right arm,
Yeah.
you can't shoot then, can you?
Well, yeah, I can because I'm left-handed. Remember me? I
Oh,
am
with the-
left-handed,
with the-
and the
with
reason
the
I'm
nurse-
dyslexic.
The nuns.
The nuns forced me to write with my right hand. Now, I wanted to write like this, and they forced me. They'd slap this hand and make me write with the right hand. And what were they afraid of? And I still cut with my left hand. I do most things with my left hand, but no,
Well, maybe it's in the Bible. You think it could be in the Bible?
I don't know. I
That
don't
you're
know.
supposed to use your right
I
hand?
don't know. Why don't you go read it?
The Bible?
Yeah, why don't you go read it?
I just finished reading a wonderful book. Okay? No, true.
Yeah.
I know you're making faces, aren't you? I can tell. By looking at the back of your head, I can tell. I just finished reading a wonderful memoir.
Yeah, but no one will be interested, but it was very interesting to you. Tell them what it is.
Why would you editorialize on what I have?
What a lead-in. We
Liked.
can't wait now.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know the person. I don't know this man, okay? I've heard of him, but that's why he wrote a memoir, because he's famous, okay? It's called Who is Michael Ovitz? And I'm going to tell you that it is a... You haven't even read the book, okay? You haven't read it. I've been telling you about it as I've read it. So, and
No,
you said, wow.
honestly,
wow.
I've never seen you that involved in a book.
I usually don't
He'd
read
wake
books.
up in the middle of the night and read the book. He'd keep the lights on at night reading the book. He read every word of
Well,
the
you
book.
like the lights on, just in case, the boogeyman comes or, a snake under the bed.
No, there's no
Anyway.
snakes under the bed anymore. That
Okay.
was in my childhood.
Okay, or if you happen to dribble a little bit during the night and the light goes off and the siren goes off.
Do you know why he's saying that? I used to wet the bed when I was a little girl. So my mother hired a company called the Night Dry Company. And they put a screen on your bed and you put a pillowcase over the screen. And it's so sensitive to moisture that if one drop of water hit, a bell would go off, ding, 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 ding. And you'd have to wake up and run to the bathroom and pee and then come back and put a dry pillowcase on it. It was so traumatic. And my sister used to come home from her dates and thought it was so funny to spit on my mattress. And then I go, "Ah!" Anyway, go on.
So mean.
It's so mean. That's what sisters do. But
So
I did stop wetting the
I'm
bed.
talking about a book that,
Okay, go.
that
You
I
brought
was so
up.
engaged
You
in. Now you're talking about you
You
peeing.
brought it up. You brought it up.
And we have
Peeing.
a friend who really wants to know who makes your gloves.
Oh,
What was that?
so cool, aren't they? Norma Kamali, and
I
really,
figured. Norma Kamali.
really
That
inexpensive
was for Candy Marshiniak.
candy. And you can't imagine how fun it is to. And I think gloves keep you safer than masks. That's my feeling, because shaking hands with people. What did they just touch? So I
It's
work.
airborne. It's an
Or who did
airborne
they just
issue.
touch?
I know, but if they touch the air. So anyway, go on, Alan, about Michael Ovitz.
Anyway, I thought
He
this
loved
book
it.
was so well written.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever.
You know what?
I've
I'll
read,
read it.
I've read Churchill, okay, but any other? I don't think I've read any other memoirs.
I'll read it, Alan, so that I
Okay,
can
but
get as
because
jazzed as you.
Because he's in our business.
Yeah.
And he had a big
And he does
reputation.
he does what you do.
Okay, well, no, he does beyond what I do.
Yeah.
He has a big reputation, but what was really interesting was the very last. I'm not going to tell you what the very last of the book was.
Because you're all going to run out and read
I'm
about
not going to
Michael
tell you what it
Ovitz.
was, but I tell you, I just felt, wow. Talk about, I'm not even going to tell you what the word I was just going to use. I'm not trying to sell this book. I don't know
Well,
the
you know
man.
what,
I'm
you
just
guys,
telling
we're
you.
almost at the end of the hour. So
Pardon?
it's just we're almost at the end of the hour.
Yeah.
So it's just
Well,
Can we just-
we'd like to go on for another hour or so, right?
Can we
I'd love
talk?
for you to.
Can we talk down all these supplements, and you can,
Yeah, everything today is 25% off, guys. It's at Suzanne.
and a free mood renew.
A free mood
today is
menu.
Mood 25 for 25% off the supplements.
Okay,
I've
well,
seen Mood Renew really work with Suzanne, okay? I've seen her go from, what? And I pop a Mood Renew into her mouth, and the next thing out of her mouth is, God, I love you.
well, I
really-
do say that to him a lot during the day, but I don't scream what. He's lying again. He loves to lie. He's the greatest liar, but he admits that he's lying. He doesn't try to pass it off as like a fait accompli. Anyway, what a fun show. It's always fun. I'll see you again on Friday, right? Is today Wednesday? Yeah, today's
Yep.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
We'll see you on Friday, and it'll be even more fun. So come see us on Friday. And remember, it's not who you are. It's not what you do. It's not what you have at all. It's who you love and who loves you. That's happiness. Good night, everybody. I love you.